Hello everyone, it's me, Nancy Finch, doing a tea with Nan on a Monday. Happy Monday to you. I hope you can join me and you can have some respite from the busy lives that we're having at the moment. So it's a bit blustery out there today and it's windy and it's quite nice actually to go out. So I hope you're okay, all of you, and you've been all right since I last was on here last week. I've got my cat cup today. And we've just lost a beautiful character, a lovely cat that we've had over 15 years. And today is all about losing someone you love and how we can deal with it. So I've got my cat cup in honour for a beautiful cat that has just left us yesterday. So today is all about dealing with loss. Yes, that's not an easy subject for a lot of people, but we all have to experience it, and we all feel emotional, devastated, confused, and our chakra energy is always affected by loss, especially our immune system here. So I decided, as that seems to be a lot of people around me at the moment seem to have a lot of loss around them, or anniversaries of it, you know. One of my friends has just lost her husband. He was a wonderful man, and I remember him from years and years. So suddenly not to be here seems very strange for him not to be around. But we have to identify that feeling, go with it slowly and heal ourselves and do what we can to stay positive in a very sad or negative situation. Now, loss doesn't have to be about someone dying. It can be about someone just leaving, or you don't have that connection with them anymore. You might just feel that loss. Oh, hi, whoever's just come on here. Happy Monday, hugs to you. So if you show yourself, I'll send you a nice hug. So going back to the subject, it's quite a heavy subject. Yes, it is. It's a subject that not everyone wants to deal with, not everyone can look at, but it is still a very emotional subject and something we have to address at some point, as I say, and how we can comfort ourselves and love ourselves and be aware. And actually, some very good things can come from it too. Families get together, people support each other, friends support each other. You know, you actually see what's real in life when you've got that threat of loss. You sort of reevaluate your life. I know I did. When I lost my mother years ago, it was a time for me to reflect upon what change I wanted myself. Thank you for the hug, whoever gave me that. Happy Monday, hugs to you. Hi, Julie. Thank you, darling. It's lovely that you joined us. So although this might seem a heavy subject, it is one that we have to address at some point, and in a healthy way if we can. If we can, like I did with my mother, I put on a favourite song that reminded me. Oh, hi Julie, thank you, darling. I put on a favourite song, it was a few years ago, but I put on a lovely song called, it was Ben's Brother, Carry On. And I'd never heard of this before, this song, and I was driving, feeling, as you do, the loss, and suddenly this song came on. I thought, this is perfect for me. This song is going to get me through the next few weeks of not having her and the funeral, etc. So what I did is I clung on to that song, and I clung on to the good feelings about it, and I felt I could cope with it. And I gave myself a hug every day. That's another thing you can do. Give yourself a hug every day. Tell yourself everything is in perfect order, even if it doesn't feel like it, because you have to tell your subconscious mind that it's okay, acceptance brings peace, okay? So I coped with it that way, and we've had anniversaries recently of people that have gone, so it's all been compounded, and this last week has been like so many people that I know have lost somebody, or anniversaries, so it seemed like a good idea to talk about something that we can do for ourselves. And I've got a couple of tools, emotional tools I've got that does help people, and I've used them myself. So we need to support ourselves when we are going through loss or the fear of loss, you know. Perhaps we're thinking someone's not well and then we could lose them or whatever. We still have to do this every day. Oh, thank you for the hugs, guys. Hi, Samantha. Nice to see you, darling. Happy Monday to you. So going back to our subject, there are lots of things you can do. I think that you've got to learn to stop. Give yourself a hug, tell yourself it's okay, you can get through this. You have to learn self-support at that time. And there's lots of things, as I say, music can help you if you've got a favourite song. One of my clients I was going to tell you about, I got distracted by Sam. One of my clients, I told her to do this. Her mother was very ill. Oh, hi, Carl. Lovely to see you. I hope you're well. Bit of a heavy subject today, but I'm sure you can relate to it as well. So dealing with loss in whichever form that is, okay? So going back to my lovely client, I knew that her mother was going to leave very soon. And I knew that she needed support and she lives alone. So I suggested that she got a book, a lovely notebook, and she wrote all the beautiful things, the stories about her mum. She got her mum to share the stories. Every day she filled that book. Oh, hi Carl, it's lovely. So she filled the book with lots of stories and lots of funny stories, happy stories, memories. And she filled lots of things besides her mum telling her. She was remembering herself all these beautiful things she had as a child with her mum. So she wrote them all down. And she enjoyed the process of doing that because that was bringing her into a happier, higher vibration. She was more supported by that. So she carried on and the book was getting full, and eventually her mother did go. And you know what? She really valued that book. She held that book. She read that book. Oh, hi, Shanique. Lovely to see you, honey. Happy Monday to you, darling. But she held that book and she valued it because she'd invested with that memory and she loved it. Oh, thank you guys. I feel very honoured by your hugs. But that really helped her through it. And even, you know, it's been a few months since she's gone. She still is coping much better, and she's even told everyone else about how she's doing, how well she's doing because of it. Because she's got something, she was proactive. She had a good thing to hold on to. And now she fills that book with more memories and more happy times. And that is her way of supporting herself. I'm sure her mum would be very pleased. But it's a way, as I say, and it's a way of supporting ourselves and keeping ourselves well when we have loss around us. Whether it's our beautiful family cat we've had for 15 years. Yes. Oh, thank you, Julie. That's lovely. You really deserve all the love and hugs. Yeah, so do you. And anyone else that is being, you know, going through something that they feel that they've had loss and they can't get their head around or their heart around. You need to just give yourself that hug and tell yourself it's going to pass. You will feel better. And I've got a really good Nan talk, actually. I do tell a story about this as well. It's called Separate Love from Loss. And it's in my Nan talk. Oh, hi, Annie. It's in my Nan talk. If you go to www.nancyfinch.co.uk and go to the green section, that means you tap on the Chakra Man and go to the green section here, you'll find Separate Love from Loss. It's a really powerful and beautiful exercise where you feel you're in control because you've got a tangible thing to do. Oh, hi, Annie. So you get 2 bits of wool and different colours, and one colour represents love and one colour represents loss. So you kind of remove the loss, you separate the loss from the love, and you remember only the good stuff, the happy stuff, the feelings that make you feel great, the love, all those memories. So you just take yourself down that particular line of thought and you separate the loss. Every time you feel that sadness, there it's in that colour. You throw that in the bin and you keep the beautiful colour that represents love. I go into it in much more detail if you want to look it up in the green section, Separate Love from Loss. It's a really nice one. And you might need to then also, while you're in those talks, if you go into that orange area, you might need to be your own cake. And what I mean by that is you need to be the source of your own happiness. So supposing that person used to support you and you need now to learn to support yourself, like I keep saying. So thank you for the hugs. So if you then look at Be Your Own Cake, Be Your Own Cake represents a time that you can basically look at what you can do to serve yourself. You know, how can you be the source of your own happiness? Just for a while, go back into yourself, give you what you would have got from them. So, as I said, loss doesn't have to be death. It could be separation. It could be someone that's with you. When my mother had Alzheimer's, she'd kind of died before she died. You know, she wasn't there. I had to learn to do this for her then. And a lot of people I know, a friend of mine as well, is going through something similar to this. And you feel as if you've lost that person. You know, I've got a few people actually, come to think of it, recently who have had the same situation. And you feel that loss. So you have to learn to give yourself the things you need from others. And that's why Be Your Own Cake is really good. You become that source and everyone else becomes the icing on your cake. It is a way of you as I say, giving yourself what you really need to stay well. It's about you identifying what you need and giving it to yourself. Another thing you can do if you're in the Nan Talks. Oh, hi Grace, it's lovely to see you, Han. Big hug to you, my darling. Happy Monday. Another thing you can do if you're in the Nan Talks is go to the red section, because when we suffer loss, our immune system goes down, and so does the main base chakra. This is because we feel insecure. It's because we don't feel safe and we feel sad. So not feeling safe and feeling sad will shut those two down. That is really bad for your body, because then you're vulnerable to illnesses, imbalances. So the other one you can go to in the red section is called the wheel. And the wheel is lovely. Just about escaping. Get yourself into a safe place as you take yourself into an imaginary wheel, you know, the hub of the wheel. And you can create in that wheel, you could create peace or comfort or love to heal you. You could have anything you feel you need. Maybe acceptance. Maybe, as I say, just grace, or maybe just feeling that you are loved. Yeah, there you are. The love that you're missing. Bring it into that wheel and take it into your heart and heal yourself with that in that moment. And I explain a lot more in there, but you could use the wheel for anything. And every day that might change. That might be courage you take in that next day, or it might be strength. It might be anything you need you can take into your consciousness by bringing yourself into that wheel, feeling it, ingesting it. For more than 17 seconds, it will help to change your chakra energy, but it also helps to keep you a little bit higher than you were before. And it keeps you focused on yourself, which is what you should be doing when you need to. Bringing me to another thing, the tea with Nans I've got, which is on the vlog of my website. We've got the hand-head meditation, which is very similar to the wheel. Only if you didn't want to do this and it didn't suit you, you could do the hand-head meditation, which is on the 19th of the 7th. So you need to look at the date on that. Look down on the tea with Nans and you'll find it. And this shows you how you can just escape the stimulus of the world and again take something into you and breathe that in, accept that. So whatever you need, identifying it, that you're missing, that you haven't got, take it into yourself to experience it, to feel better. So that's a nice one. And thank you for extra hearts, guys. Another one on there I've got is Tea with Nan. Is 29th of the 8th, 22. It's okay not to be okay. Now some people go, well, I haven't got the strength to support myself. Well, then in that case, just look at that Tea with Nan talk. And I do suggest and point to a few things that you can look at, to practical things to do. But it is okay not to be okay. Some days we're not. We have to measure the yin yang of ourselves. We have those times and we have this time. We have to have a yin yang experience in life. So we can't be happy all the time. I try, but there is occasional moments where you sort of have to embrace the opposite of that. And then you take what you can from that and you become a stronger person. And that is something I've seen a lot, a lot of. People that have embraced it, have the courage, give themselves what they need. They've moved on and they've been stronger and they've been able to inspire other people. I try to do that every day. So you've got Separate Love from Loss in the green of my Nan Talks, Be Your Own Cake and the Wheel. They all help you. And of course you've got the Tea with Nans, which will help you as well. Now, as I say, if it isn't the loss of somebody through death, it could be someone has left you, or you're on your own, suddenly you find that you haven't got your partner or your friends or whatever it is you're needing, then you have to realise it probably has come to a time where it's no longer meant to be in your life, and you're meant to, like pairs of shoes. I'll give you a relationship one. Relationships are like pairs of shoes. Okay, you put these shoes on, you think, oh, they're going to fit, they're lovely, I'll keep them forever. But sometimes you outgrow the shoes, or sometimes you think the shoes are going to last forever, and they don't. They fall off, or someone else takes your shoes. That happens to a lot of people. It happened to me. Someone else takes that person away, and you have no shoes. Well, maybe that's the time to walk barefoot, metaphorically, and you can grow in your sense of who you are. Your soul grows. You grow. You understand. You take the gifts from it. So maybe they're just not your shoes anymore. Maybe just give them away. So you haven't got to worry about that, because quite often, as you grow a shoe size, if you like, you'll attract a pair of Ugg boots. And maybe that was all meant to be for you. So You can't really take it personally if the shoes don't fit. Okay, that's something to think about. If friends let you down, if someone's left you, and you think about the past, that was loss. But if you think of it differently, if you change the way you look at it, then you're not going to be a victim to those feelings. Hi Andy, nice to see you. Thank you for joining us. A lot of men are, I'm glad they joined us today, because a lot of men think, oh, I can't show emotion. I'm just going to bottle it all up. But we need to actually look at that emotion, you know, and support ourselves with that. Otherwise, as I say, we're ingesting it. It's only going to go, it's going to shut those down. It's going to make you, in some way, realise imbalance is in your life. So it's good to identify it and give yourself what you need, okay? And I've got, because quite often when it happens, when you do have loss, you're in shock, you've got despair, you're feeling confused. You're definitely not grounded because you've got all those feelings going on. So it's a time to be still and to process in a natural way, because there's several stages you go through when you have loss. So just embrace each stage and give yourself what you need from it. Think about what it is you need every day and validate that need. Don't judge it. Don't think, oh, I can't have that feeling. That's a weak feeling. Hi, Kelly. Lovely to see you. Thank you for joining us. I hope you can share this, guys, because I want to inspire you. Not with being, trying not to be too happy here, because some people are really grieving, but I want to validate your feelings and give you hope that there is another feeling just round the corner that you can have. Some hope for that. It's very important that we share that, because it's a process, and like I say, we have to digest these things and we process it, and then we come out stronger. And hopefully you can inspire another person with that. Like I did with my client, she's now inspiring other people with how she handled it. And I'm preparing another friend who's about to lose her father, and I'm trying to get her to do the same process, and she's doing it. Even though her father lives a long way, she's ringing him up and getting those stories and putting them in a book, and she sees him and she shares that with him while he's here. And one day when he isn't, which, you know, is going to happen, she is going to value that book and that process and that beautiful, the memories and the love that she feels from that book. So it's a good way of doing it. It's a good way of holding on to that love and to not feel the loss. Because loss is, as I say, isn't very good for you to feel. And it is a choice. We can just think, okay, I do feel this. My inner child is hurting, but I can change that with self-love. I can heal myself with love. I can give myself, I can remember the love. And love is a healthier feeling than loss. So go through it, give yourself the courage, give yourself whatever you need, give yourself the strength, and give yourself the happy times that made you laugh. Because laughter is really good for you, especially for your immune system. So when my mother left, I made sure it was a day of laughter. She believed in that. She was Scottish, and she believed in having a really good time, a party time. So celebration is what we felt all day. And of course you process things after that. But it put us in a really good place, everyone attending, because they could cope with it much easier. Hi, Maya. Lovely to see you. So although it seems like a heavy subject, dealing with loss, it's also, as I say, the yin-yang. We have to be aware of what we need, that we have to give ourselves that gentle feeling of support in whichever way we can, and not judge why we need that, and not judge ourselves against another person either. That person handles the death much better than I do, or the loss of that person much better. Don't judge it. Just think, that's how I am right now. It isn't a good or bad thing, it just is, and I'm dealing with it. It isn't a good or bad thing that I'm not happy with it, or I'm not dealing with it very well, if that's the case. Just be kind to yourself. And so now you've got that under your belt, you can look up some of the talks and some of the exercises. I mean, when I met a beautiful friend last year out when I was out shopping, and there she was. Oh, hi, Maya. It does feel like morning, doesn't it? I haven't been up long. I shared that with you. It's an afternoon already. So I saw my beautiful friend, and she had both her parents go within a week. And I saw her just last year when this happened. And, well, what can you say? I just gave her the biggest nan hug I have, and I shared separate love from loss, and it's a practical thing. So what she did with that, she separated, had, I think, whatever colour she had for love. I encourage people to then wrap it round their wrist and hold that love all day, so they feel connected to the love. But the loss is gone in the bin. Do you see? So give that a go. It's a very tangible thing to do. It does work. I'm glad I made it up because it helped me, it's helped other people, and it's the only way of really being in that moment and feeling the good feelings that you need to feel. I think I've gone on enough about that now. So if any of you have sensitive feelings about this and would like more encouragement, maybe you can email me, nancyfinch@hotmail.co.uk, or you can message me on here. And if you're watching it on YouTube, which I plan to put on later, could you like, subscribe and share? Because that's going to help you and maybe someone else that needs it. Someone else is going, how do I deal with this? Where's my strength coming from? Maybe they could give it to themselves in a concept and feel it. You know, family, friends get together and you feel it from them, if you're lucky enough to have that. But you certainly have my support right now. Anyone that has that feeling of loss, you have my support right this minute, and I'm sending you lots of love. So, although, as I say, it's a heavy subject, it's something we need to address, and I'm giving you love. So, thank you guys. I love all the hearts and the love and the care. That's beautiful. Big hugs to you too. Please share this with people, especially if you think they're going through something that's difficult for them and they need that support. A lot of my talks, my Nan talks, are good anyway. They help people, inspire people. But loss is really the green area. So if separate love from loss wasn't your thing, it doesn't suit you, then this area here, the heart chakra, if you tap on any of the green talks, they should help to keep that energy flowing, and that will help you to handle every situation and keep well. Okay? I wish you all peace, love and happiness, especially those who are feeling less than happy right now. I wish you peace. I will see you next Monday at 12 o'clock, and I promise to inspire you with something else. So have a good week. Give yourself a big hug from me. Lots of love. And as I say, if you need to talk to me, then you can always email me, and I can always support you on a deeper level, perhaps one-to-one. Okay? Not that, you know, just deal with it the way you can, but if you do need me, I'm here. Right, keep your emotional balloon high, guys. And what's that say? Oh, Maya, you've lost your fur baby. Yes, I know, darling. That's awful. That's what happened to my daughter yesterday. And it is really hard when you've invested so much love in someone and suddenly you feel that they're not there and you can't do that anymore. So, oh, hi, Julie. I have got other feelings about the fact they never leave you. They never leave you. They're always with you. The spirit that's felt love with you stays with you. They stay in your heart, and some people I know believe, the same as I do, that they are around us. So they don't go very far. Even though their physical self isn't here, you feel their love, and it's just so comforting to know that. Okay, so I hope I can offer you more hugs and more love. As I say, if you need it, contact me. But it will pass, it will get easier. You will just feel the love and keep playing with some of the tools I've given you. All right? Okay, take care, everyone. I'll see you next Monday. Namaste. Lots of love. Bye.